thermal sound wave. Yep, it's your boy Kev Lawrence, Thermal Soundwaves Radio. ThermalSoundwaves.com is the website, and it's the word from his radio boy, C.truth Kev Lawrence here. Thermal Soundwaves Radio. Then I turn up the fast food radio. All right, now we still doing it right now. West Coastin'.
Yeah, West Coast, man. You right here in Los Angeles, but I represent Compton, California. Yeah.
Now we got no other than Lawless from shout out to LOS, Last One Standing.
Yeah, Young Lawless, man, Last One Standing, LOS, and with Thermal Soundwaves. Yeah.
And we gotta give a big shout out to, of course, the homie Big Los. Shout out to Big Los.
He in Sin City getting it in. Getting Sin City.
He's having some fun.
He was out there for the fight, and then he back out there now. So, you know.
One thing about Los is he's a good all around dude. We met him years ago, and he took us in. So it's like it's a big family. It's a big family, and it's a lot of connections to other people as well. But shout out to him because, you know, Last One Standing is the label, and Young Lawless is the artist we hear right now.
Oh yeah, you know, Los, he really pushing me. He got me right. You know, I'm not putting a lot of content, not flooding it out there like a lot of rappers, and they making themselves local. And we coming up with bomb concepts, and we just gonna hit them in the head, and that's it.
Now, explain to people who you are and what you represent.
I'm Young Lawless. I represent the youth, and as far as the streets and my city, you know, just speaking out pain and speaking truth. And speaking your testimony. I think a lot of rappers, it's a lot of songs about popping bottles, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's just crazy. You know, what's going on even today, you know, the celebrities getting murdered left or right. It's deep. It's real deep, and we're not talking about it, so that's what I'm going back to. I'm going back to the basics, and like those people that still rap about it, like the Nas's and the Talib Kweli's and the Mos Defs and the Commons. I'm like West Coast. That's where I'm at with it, you know. And Young Lawless, it's like fuck the police, like Lawless. If you don't know Lawless, and it's revolution. That's what
we've been realizing that the police and the people are not even close to being okay with each other. You explain some of the things that's going on with police and people out here in L.A.?
Well, what's police, I can say like this. I've learned on a personal level, I mean, it's some dirty and it's some good. That's why I call myself Lawless. Like, I have my own reasons, like my own encounters with the law. I'm not promoting everybody fuck the police or, you know, that's gold. But I am on that. That's why I am mentally, because I've had police officers tell me just like, yo, I could say you was driving a car, I could take your car, or I'd plant this dope on you. Like, and it really hit me. For you to force a lie, you come bump me up, you can't hit me with nothing. So you would rather make up a lie just so it could be justice when you supposed to be. It's just crazy, you know. So you know, that's where I'm at with it.
That's some of the stuff that's in your music as well?
Yeah, it's really, I really talk about the stuff, you know. I feel like I'm about to drop a mixtape. It's called Fuck the Jim Crow Laws. And it's basically saying like fuck the segregation. And it's a certain like fuck segregation, but it's like certain skits in there, and I just basically say like I really think it's racism in a little bit of everybody, but it's not you particularly hate somebody, because you can have a best friend that's Mexican, but you can say something, a racial slur. But this is what I'm talking about. It's just the encounters that we have with people and with another, and if we could look down those barriers, then I think as a unity we will go all the way. And what I'm really talking about, like gang banging, is the new Jim Crow law, basically, because it separates you from really socializing from who we was really built. We in nature what we was built for, and it's just, yeah, man. So that's what I'm on. I'm on the Malcolm X type stuff up on the tracks, you know, but at the same time I'm still keeping it real. you know.
And talking about the segregation, that also deals with a lot of the gangs over here in California when it comes to Bloods and Crips and stuff like that. Because a lot of people didn't realize how Bloods and Crips would spread.
Yeah.
And not just within the United States, but outside of America as well. Yeah. As a West Coast artist, not even just an artist, as a West Coast person, how do you feel about when you see other people being Bloods or Crips in places that you feel didn't originate?
Really, it really don't matter where you from, because in every state you're gonna run into some real people. Just point blank, period. It don't matter. You can be in Kansas, you think you be in the country, and you'll be running with some real life cats. Like if you was in the city, and when I see outsiders doing it. If you don't supposed to be doing it, if you don't really fit in, then of course you always gonna stand out. But as far as other people, I know people that go out of town, and that's stayed out of town, and that's it, But they were from out here, and they just went out there and they did that thing, and that's what I think happened a lot. Like people just was going on from state to state or whatever, traveling and putting people on, and really not really giving the rules and the guidelines, so you can't really be mad.
Because what we realized, Thermal Soundwaves Radio, shout out to c.truth, the work from his radio boys, c.truth and Kev Lawrence. What we realized with some artists from the West Coast, when they ever asked a question, how do you feel about Bloods and Crips in New York? How do you feel about Bloods and Crips in Georgia? Certain artists kind of have a certain demeanor, like they kind of smile, like they think it's funny, but they'd be like, well, people get down every other places. Do they take the Bloods and Crips that are outside of California, do they take them seriously? Is the question.
I really can't speak up on nobody else. I would say I would take anybody serious if you stepping out, and you got to take it serious because life is not a joke. At the end of the day, it don't matter where you go. You always gonna, like I said, just gonna.
A lot of people feel that I'm gonna blow hits. I'm gonna run over there to L.A. and they're gonna respect me the same way. See, you did that. You did a laugh.
That laugh. Now this is where it comes from, because you cannot go ego tripping. That's ego tripping. Anytime you go from another state to another state and you expect it to be, so you're not going to any being a foreigner, you're not going anywhere, alien, not going anywhere, and really just expecting to run some shit. That's just point blank, period. Real chap. That's it.
Just to let people know, some people that's different places, they feel like it's a cakewalk.
Well, let me get back on that. It's not cool. Situations. I can give some situations. I've seen cats get beat up, slapped from out of town, from Chicago, from even Sacramento, all because it's just the gang bang, and you bring it over to an area you don't know nothing about. It's just different. It's dog eat dog out here. I think people don't understand that shit. So people, all right, you say you probably get a lot of laughters when they say, like, outsiders come in, because it is funny. If somebody just came to your hood and just came big wolfing off like da 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 da, it don't matter what card you is. Even out here, it's dog eat dog. It's Bloods against Bloods out here. It's Crips against Crips out here. It's Crips against Bloods, and then it's the race. And then it's the different racial tension that's been going out here in California. So you got all of those. So not only you got to worry about your own the Bloods, then you got to worry about the Crips, then you got to worry about other races. So that's already,
And stuff like this is some things you talk about on your album and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Most it definitely gets talked about on the album, and what not to do and what to do when you come to California. For real.
And also, man, let people know who you're working with, like producers, stuff like that. Are you willing to work with other producers?
I'm working with J-Trax, dope producer. I'm talking about dope. He has a couple of joints up on the radio, and I think one of his songs is called that he produced called Mammy though. It's produced by J-Trax. The artist is Tension, I believe. I believe they're on the radio chart, so congratulations to J-Trax. Got J Classic, of course. J Classic. If you live on the West Coast, you know about J Classic. People know about J Classic everywhere. On the East Coast. And you know about J Classic, but if you don't, you just know he's just like, that's the one you go to. About to be working with Battlecat.
The original Battlecat.
The original Battlecat said he was gonna do something for me. Yeah, the OG Battlecat. And I chopped it up with Kurupt, because I got a joint with Kurupt called Microwave. And that's produced by Mark Sparks from North Carolina. Joint called Microwave. Crazy. Got a joint with Fredwreck featuring Nate Dogg. I don't know if that's gonna make the. Hopefully.
R.I.P. Nate Dogg.
R.I.P. Nate Dogg, and that's why, you know. So we're kind of going through that. Hopefully it gets on the album. Just got to talk to his family members, and it's funny. I'm.
That you know what? Shout out to you for saying that. I gotta talk to his family members. A lot of people don't show that respect.
Exactly.
Just be like, listen, I just want it anyway. I'm gonna do it. No. They don't want to even show the respect and talk to the person's family members. So shout out to you. A lot of people can learn from that. Talk to the family members.
And that's the only reason why I'm just like, you know, if it's gonna make sense, you gotta make sure his family eat. You know, and that's it. That's where we at with it. But yeah, Epic the Don, always one of my people, and Young Bam. That is my ninja right there. That he got like Young Bam. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna hear about that guy, Young Bam. He's hot. His beats, crazy.
How can people get a hold of some of your previous material and know about the new stuff you got coming out, like the website, stuff like that?
Yeah. I got a Facebook, Real Young Lawless, REAL. Young, spelled regular, Lawless, LAWLESS. So on Facebook, Real Young Lawless. On Twitter, it's The Real Lawless, of course. You know what I'm saying? I just got to address that. I even got another one, too, on Twitter. It's called I Hate Lawless. Just in case you fucking haters wanted to create some shit like that. I already just went on and did it for you, so you won't take that name. And yeah, those are the two sites. I'll be blasting our music. Of course, like from those two sites, I always, you can YouTube, you can Google Young Lawless, and music will pop up. That's all.
I believe we saw you one time in the studio, I think the Red Bull studio, with Warlord.
Well, Warlord, probably so. Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. That's when we did that. Shout out to Warlord. That's when we did that track with THX. That THX. Dang, what to see? I got songs, man. I'm just like, dang, I ain't seen Warlord in the Red Bull studio in a long time. But then I had to recall, yeah, man, you got a good memory. Yeah.
We follow things here. We follow things. Thermal Soundwaves Radio.
Straight up, you know.
All right, so man, listen, you want to give a shout out to anybody before we get out of here?
Man, shout out, man, to Thermal Soundwaves for having me, Kev Lawrence, man. We appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, LOS family. Yay.
And you know what? Big shout out to c.truth, because right now c.truth, he's on the camera right now. Go ahead, so yeah, there you go. All right, the Thermal Soundwaves Radio team, multimedia, all that. Shout out to Uncle Ralph McDaniels, Video Music Box, of course, and one more time, LOS, Last One Standing. Shout out to Big U. Let's give Big U a shout out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Big U. Always. Shout out to Big U. Shout out to Kevin Black. It's Kevin Black. Yo, okay. We already know how we get down, man. Good looking. And Uncle Marlon. Yeah.
All right, man. Thermal Soundwaves Radio. Be right back.